You feel it, the atmosphere shifting around you. Time itself seems to pause as heaven leans close to whisper your name. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You stand at the edge of a divine announcement that has been written in eternity. Heaven is declaring, you have won the battle that once tried to bury you. The storms, the waiting, the heartbreak, all of it was never punishment. It was preparation. Every delay, every unanswered prayer was not rejection, but divine redirection. You were being shaped for something greater, something sacred, something only heaven could design. The angels have witnessed your tears, your surrender, your silent endurance, and now a trumpet sounds in the spirit. Heaven is sending your lifetime partner. This is not coincidence. It is not luck. It is not the algorithm. This is divine orchestration. While you were healing, your partner was awakening. While you were learning to trust again, they were being refined through their own fire. Heaven has been working in secret, crafting two hearts that would fit not through human logic, but divine design. You must understand this love will not arrive through chaos. It will not appear in disguise. It will come clothed in peace. You will not need to chase what God Himself sends. The one coming will not compete with your purpose. They will complement it. They will not weaken your focus. They will reinforce it. You are stepping into a divine season where your heart will rest, not wrestle. The striving ends here. The warfare that once tried to convince you love was not meant for you will fall silent. Heaven has declared restoration. And restoration means more than replacement. It means better than before. This is not just about romance. This is about alignment. God is not only sending you someone to hold your hand, He is sending someone who will hold your destiny. The union coming is spiritual before it is emotional. It is covenant, not convenience. It is assignment, not accident. And the timing, the timing is perfect. Everything that once felt delayed was strategic. You were not waiting for love to show up. Love was waiting for you to become ready. Ready to discern what is real. Ready to guard what is holy. Ready to recognize the difference between chemistry and covenant. There is a holy shift taking place right now. You can feel it in your spirit, subtle, yet undeniable. The same God who spoke creation into being is now speaking alignment into your life. The same power that parted seas is now parting every hindrance that once blocked your heart from divine union. Your days of counterfeit affection are over. The imitations that once distracted you are being exposed. Because the genuine is about to arrive. Heaven will not allow confusion where covenant is meant to dwell. And when it happens, you will know, not by the excitement in your emotions, but by the peace that settles in your soul. Divine love does not rush. It recognizes. It does not demand. It honors. It does not drain. It builds. The Word of God declares in the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 22, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord." This verse is not just about marriage, it's about divine favor. Heaven calls your union a good thing, not a burden, not a battle, but a blessing that carries favor. The one who comes into your life next is a sign of that favor manifesting. It means God has remembered your faithfulness. It means your waiting was not in vain. You are stepping into a season where the blessings will no longer be delayed. The one heaven is sending has been praying for you, too, even without knowing your face. They have felt the tug in their spirit. Their prayers have collided with yours. And now, heaven has written the date when those prayers will become reality. Do not doubt it. Do not talk yourself out of it. When God says it is time, no opposition can stand in the way. Divine timing is never late. It's perfectly synchronized. What once felt like silence was God setting the stage for a testimony so beautiful that even the pain will make sense. Your story is about to change. The same way the dawn replaces darkness, divine union will replace loneliness. You will not just meet someone, you will meet destiny wrapped in human form. If your spirit agrees with this word, seal it with faith right now. Like this message. Share it so someone else waiting in faith can find hope again. And comment the prophetic number 777 below as your declaration that divine alignment has begun. Heaven has spoken. Your time of waiting is over. Your lifetime partner is on the way. You will soon witness the evidence of everything heaven promised. What once felt invisible will take form before your eyes. Your spirit will recognize it before your mind does. The peace will speak louder than words, and the connection will feel ordained rather than arranged. Stay expectant. Keep your heart open but guarded in prayer. The same God who prepared you is perfecting every detail. When the moment comes, you will not have to force anything. Divine love flows effortlessly, guided by grace, anchored in purpose, and sealed by heaven itself. The waiting season has been long, so long that sometimes you forgot what you were waiting for. The days blurred together in silence, and the nights stretched into endless conversations between your heart and God. There were moments you questioned if you had misheard, if the promise of a divine union was just a beautiful idea meant for others, not for you. Yet through every season of uncertainty, heaven never stopped working behind the veil. What felt like delay was actually divine synchronization. There is a reason heaven calls it the fullness of time. It is the moment when everything, your maturity, your healing, your readiness, and your partner's preparation aligns perfectly. You were never denied, you were being refined. What looked like nothing happening was actually God removing the things that could not go with you into the promise. People left, doors closed, opportunities vanished. But all of it was clearing the path for what is now unfolding. You learned patience not by choice, but by necessity. You discovered how to stand when nothing seemed to move. You learned to worship without evidence, to trust without answers, to love God more than the outcome. And it was in that hidden space that your heart became pure enough to receive what heaven is about to release. Divine love cannot enter where desperation still rules. It comes where surrender reigns. Every wilderness has a purpose. In yours, you met the real you, the one not defined by rejection or comparison. You learned that love is not a trophy to win, but a covenant to steward. You stopped chasing temporary comfort and started pursuing divine purpose. That shift marked the end of your waiting and the beginning of your becoming. The person God is sending your way is not walking in confusion. They have also endured their season of waiting. Their path was not easier, it was necessary, just like you. They have faced betrayal that taught them discernment, loneliness that birthed depth, and silence that refined their faith. Heaven has been shaping two hearts that now beat in harmony, even before they meet. Every divine promise matures in obscurity. Think of the seed buried in darkness. It is not dead, it is being developed. You, too, were hidden, not forgotten. hidden to grow roots before bearing fruit, hidden to learn the sound of God's voice so that when your partner arrives, no other voice can confuse you, hidden to break the patterns that once caused you to settle for less than sacred. There were times you almost gave up. You saw others move ahead married, celebrated, fulfilled, and wondered if your turn had passed. But heaven was not ignoring you, it was preserving you. You were never behind. You were being protected from premature exposure. Because what God is sending is not ordinary, it carries eternal weight. Now the divine clock strikes the appointed hour. The season of stillness transitions into movement. You may not notice it at first. It starts subtly, a shift in your spirit, a peace that replaces anxiety, a renewed hope rising quietly within you. It's heaven's way of saying, get ready, not for striving, but for receiving. Your waiting season taught you to walk by faith, not feelings. That lesson will anchor you when love finally arrives. You will not be swayed by appearances because you now discern by the Spirit. You will not chase attention because you have already found identity. You will not question worth because you've discovered it in the presence of God. In the silence, you became whole, and only wholeness attracts wholeness. That's why this union will not repeat your past, because you are no longer the same person who accepted less. You have become the kind of soul heaven can trust with something holy. The word reminds us in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 11, He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart. This verse is not just poetry, it is divine precision. The timing of your life has always been in God's hands, even when it felt like everything was falling apart. The beauty you are about to witness is not random, it is the result of heaven's perfect timing unfolding exactly as planned. You are stepping out of waiting and into fulfillment. The transition will not be dramatic, but peaceful. One day, you will look back and realize that every unanswered prayer was actually answered differently, better, wiser, perfectly aligned with who you have become. The waiting season was not wasted time, it was sacred preparation. You were never waiting for something, you were waiting into someone. And that someone is now ready to meet the version of you that patience built. When heaven writes a love story, it never ends in disappointment. The author of your destiny is faithful, and his timing is flawless. Your wilderness is over, and the promise is about to appear, clothed not in fantasy, but in divine fulfillment. Every tear you cried, every lonely night you endured, every moment you whispered, "Why?" God, none of it was wasted. Heaven saw it all. Every heartbreak was recorded. Every sigh was noted. Every prayer soaked in pain became a seed planted in eternity. And now, the harvest is ready. The pain that once made you question your worth is being transformed into proof of your divine endurance. The Father never forgot the promises He whispered to you when you had nothing but faith left. You were not abandoned, you were being prepared. The breaking you went through was not to destroy you, but to rebuild you stronger. You had to learn that your joy does not depend on people staying, it depends on God remaining. That revelation changed everything. It rewired your heart to understand that divine love begins with divine healing. Heaven is rewarding your endurance. The kind of love coming your way is not the same love that left you bleeding. It is love redeemed, refined by fire, guided by heaven, covered in purpose. It will not come wrapped in confusion or chaos. It will come dressed in peace. It will not take from you, it will pour into you. When you loved before, you often poured from emptiness, hoping someone would notice your effort. But this time is different. You will love from overflow, not lack. You have become the well, not the wanderer. You are no longer searching for validation because you have found your identity in God's presence. That shift changed your atmosphere. It made you magnetic to what is meant for you and resistant to what is not. The years of endurance were your divine training ground. Heaven was teaching you spiritual patience, the ability to remain faithful when nothing seems to move. The reward of that kind of patience is divine partnership, because only those who have learned to wait can recognize what is truly worth keeping. This new chapter of your life is not random, it is righteous. The same God who allowed certain doors to close is now opening one that cannot be shut. The blessing is not just that you will find love. The blessing is that you will know it's from God. You will recognize it by peace that silences every question, by purpose that confirms every promise. Sometimes, heaven waits until your heart no longer worships the idea of love before sending the reality of it. You had to stop idolizing the story before you could receive the covenant. And now, because your focus has shifted from people to purpose, heaven can finally trust you with someone who mirrors your calling. There were days when you thought God was silent, but the silence was sacred. It was heaven's way of letting your roots grow deep. You were being strengthened so that when the weight of divine blessing came, you could carry it without breaking. The waiting season built the foundation. Now comes the fulfillment. As it is written in the first letter of Peter, chapter 5, verse 10, "And after you have suffered a little while, the God of all grace, who has called you to his eternal glory in Christ, will himself restore you and make you strong, firm and steadfast." This is your restoration season. Heaven is not just giving back what you lost, it is giving back better. What once broke you will now bless you. The same heart that was shattered is now being crowned. You are being made strong, firm, and steadfast for what is ahead. You may not realize it yet, but the favor resting on you is visible in the spirit realm. The enemy fought your peace because he knew your peace was a sign that your promise was near. He tried to exhaust you, to make you give up just before the breakthrough. But you didn't quit, you held on, even when it hurt. That is why heaven calls you victorious. When you comment, "It is done," you are not just typing words, you are sealing your faith. You are declaring that heaven's timing has aligned with your destiny, that your waiting has purpose, and that divine love is already set in motion. Now, as the light returns to your path, your soul begins to understand the rhythm of divine timing. Every delay was a setup. Every detour was redirection. Every loss was necessary pruning for a greater bloom. The person heaven sends next will not have to heal what others broke. They will simply recognize the healed version of you and honor it. So take a deep breath. The waiting built wisdom. The pain built strength. You are no longer the version of yourself that tolerated half-love or carried relationships on broken faith. You are whole, restored, and ready. Heaven has already released your reward. Now it is only a matter of divine timing for manifestation to meet preparation. Type "It is done" below, not as a wish, but as a declaration. When you do, you are aligning with heaven's decree, proclaiming that your endurance has become victory, and your story of pain is now a story of promise fulfilled. There is a divine pattern hidden within every love story heaven writes. Nothing is random. Every connection, every separation, Every delay, all of it follows a blueprint that only God can see. You were never wandering aimlessly through relationships. You were being shaped by divine design. Every lesson you learned was a thread in the tapestry of your destiny. Heaven does not create confusion, it creates coordination. For years, you might have thought your path was broken, your story fragmented. But the truth is that every step, even the painful ones, was divinely measured. Heaven has been crafting your partner's journey in the same mysterious way. While you were healing your heart, they were learning wisdom. While you were discovering your purpose, they were growing in strength. And now, as both of you stand in alignment, heaven begins to unveil the blueprint. This divine pairing is not born out of chance or attraction alone, it is born out of purpose. The one heaven is preparing for you carries pieces of the mission you were created to fulfill. They are not coming to complete you, they are coming to complement you. The divine design of partnership is not about filling emptiness, but about multiplying impact. Two flames joined together do not compete, they combine to create a greater light. You are entering the phase where heaven reveals why you had to wait so long. What felt like delay was actually protection against premature union. If your paths had crossed earlier, the timing would have corrupted the promise. God's blueprint required both hearts to mature at the same pace. Now that both have been refined through trials, the connection can be holy, not hurried. Heavenly love always reflects order. It is never birthed through chaos, lust, or confusion. It is formed through alignment, spirit first, soul second, body last. The reason this connection will endure is because its foundation was written in eternity. When heaven authors a story, no human interference can erase it. Think back on the relationships that didn't last, the confusion, the pain, the imbalance. They were not signs of failure, but signals that you were not aligned with your divine counterpart. Those experiences were not punishments, but prophetic lessons. Each wrong connection was a rehearsal for the right one. Heaven allowed them to reveal what you should no longer tolerate and what you truly need in a partner destined by God. Your lifetime partner will recognize you not by appearance, but by essence. The alignment will be spiritual before it ever becomes visible. You will feel a familiar peace, the same peace that follows obedience. That is how heaven's blueprint reveals itself, not through overwhelming emotion, but through undeniable peace. This revelation also requires surrender. You must release the version of love you imagined to receive the version God designed. Sometimes, heaven will ask you to let go of your idea of how it should look, so you can embrace how it was meant to be. Your destiny partner may not arrive in the package you expect, but they will carry the purpose you need. Every divinely arranged union serves a kingdom purpose. Together, you will not just love, you will lead. Your connection will be a living sermon, showing the world what it means to be equally yoked in spirit and mission. When two chosen ones come together, heaven releases a new wave of light into the earth. You will feel it when it happens, not just between you and them, but radiating outward to others, according to what is revealed in the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 3. Do two walk together unless they have agreed to do so? This ancient question is not about walking, it is about agreement. Heaven's design requires harmony, not just attraction. You and your divine partner will share agreement in faith, in vision, and in purpose. That unity is what empowers your connection to endure storms that ordinary love cannot survive. In God's blueprint, partnership is not simply companionship, it is covenant. Covenant carries responsibility. Not just romance. It demands prayer, patience, and protection of what heaven has joined. When two souls align under divine purpose, their bond becomes untouchable by the forces of darkness. Soon, you will begin to sense this alignment before it manifests physically. The Spirit will nudge your heart, confirming that heaven is in motion. You will notice unusual peace about your future, even if you don't yet see the person. That peace is the signature of divine orchestration. It means the blueprint is now unfolding. Every test, every season of loneliness, every unanswered question, all of it was preparation to handle what's coming. You had to experience brokenness to understand wholeness. You had to walk through uncertainty to appreciate divine order. And now, heaven reveals the masterpiece behind the mosaic of your journey. You are stepping into divine design. Trust the pattern. What once seemed like chaos will soon make perfect sense. The story that confused you will soon be celebrated as a testimony of how precise God truly is. The blueprint is complete, and your name is written in it, next to another, chosen before time began. There are moments in life when heaven moves quietly, and you only realize it afterward when you look back and see how every detour was divine direction. You're standing in one of those moments right now. The stillness around you is not emptiness, it is expectancy. Heaven is aligning everything for what comes next. But before the promise unfolds fully, heaven wants you to understand the beauty of confirmation, the signs, the dreams, the gentle tug in your heart. These are not coincidences. They are heaven's fingerprints. The divine blueprint we spoke of is now becoming visible in small, holy details that whisper, "It's near." You may begin to notice little shifts, conversations that stir your spirit, dreams that repeat, numbers or names that suddenly hold meaning. These are heaven's breadcrumbs, leading you toward the manifestation of what you have prayed for. Your lifetime partner is being guided in the same way, each step closer, each choice divinely influenced, until your paths converge. This is not superstition, it is synchronization. When you walk in obedience, heaven confirms your direction through peace, not confusion. That's how you'll know. The counterfeit always creates pressure, but the real thing creates rest. Love that is meant for you won't make you anxious, it will make you aware of grace. You have reached a turning point in your journey, the place where faith and fulfillment finally meet. Heaven is speaking softly but clearly. You are ready. Not just ready to receive love, but to recognize it, honor it, and protect it. Because divine partnerships are not given to fill a void. They are entrusted to those who can carry purpose together. Think of your life like a garden. For a long time, you have been digging, watering, and waiting under a sky that seemed silent. But the seed you planted in faith is breaking the surface now. It's small, but it's alive. You don't need to force it to grow, just continue tending it with trust. What you have sown in tears will soon bloom in joy. And when the blessing comes, it will not just bless you, it will overflow through you. The love heaven is sending will make you a conduit of peace to those around you. You will be the evidence that divine timing is real, that waiting in faith is never wasted. As Scripture reveals in the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 9, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for in due season we shall reap if we do not give up. That due season is approaching. Every good deed, every moment you chose faith over frustration, every act of kindness when you could have turned cold, it all mattered. Heaven has recorded it, and the harvest is coming. And now, as we walk together through these revelations, I want to pause not to ask, but to share something from the heart. This space we share, these words that reach you, they exist because of people who choose to give, to plant seeds into this mission of light. When you like this message, you add oil to a lamp that keeps glowing for souls walking through the night. When you share, you scatter seeds of hope into the wind, letting heaven decide whose soil they land on. When you subscribe, you choose to stay connected to this river of revelation, so the current of faith can carry you forward. And when you donate, you become a quiet gardener, planting invisible seeds that bloom in unseen hearts. None of this is ever a demand, it's a dance of willingness. The light here shines because someone, somewhere, decided to keep it burning. You are never obligated to give, but when you do, you become part of a miracle that multiplies. Imagine this: every bit of support is like a single candle placed on a vast ocean, alone. It flickers, but together, they form a sea of light, guiding thousands home. Your kindness fuels that ocean. Your generosity becomes the unseen wind, carrying this message farther than any one voice could reach. If today you simply listen, that is already enough. Your heart's openness keeps this space alive. But if you feel stirred, if something within whispers that you want to add a drop of oil to this flame, then let your act be your amen. Give freely. Give joyfully. Give as one who knows that light shared is light multiplied. Because what we build together here is not just words, it's a sanctuary of hope. A place where the broken remember their chosen. Where silence becomes song again. You are part of that. Every click, every share, every unseen gift is heaven's way of weaving your story into someone else's healing. Your love is the fuel, your faith is the fire. And together, we keep the lamp glowing. Every act of love you release returns as light upon your path. The same flame you help sustain will one day guide you to your divine promise. Heaven remembers every seed sown in faith. Nothing given from a pure heart is ever lost. It circles back, multiplied in peace and divine favor. There comes a moment when what you prayed for begins to whisper your name back. It's subtle, a stirring in your spirit, a peace that feels different, a sense that something sacred is shifting. You may not see it yet, but heaven is confirming it. The one prepared for you is drawing near. But before divine love manifests, heaven teaches you the art of recognition. The world trains people to look with their eyes, but heaven calls you to see with your spirit. Attraction fades, but alignment endures. What you feel in the spirit is more trustworthy than what you see in the flesh. That is how you will recognize your lifetime partner, not by excitement, but by peace. There's a deep knowing that comes from heaven. It's not loud or dramatic, it's still, gentle, unshakable. The counterfeit will rush you, the divine will anchor you. The wrong one will confuse you, the right one will bring calm. The counterfeit will make you question your worth, the divine will remind you of your calling. You won't have to chase it, force it, or fear losing it, because what God sends, grace sustains. You've met people who reflected fragments of what you prayed for, but not the fullness. They came as tests, not as answers. They appeared to measure your discernment. Each time you learned something: what peace feels like, what confusion sounds like, what true love requires. Every experience refined your ability to recognize heaven's design. You may ask, how will I know for sure? The answer is simple: peace. Peace is heaven's signature. It won't shout, it will settle. It will quiet the noise in your mind and soothe the ache in your heart. You won't need confirmation from the world. Your spirit will simply say, this feels like home. Recognition doesn't come through emotion, it comes through revelation. God will show you subtle signs that only your spirit understands. Maybe it's the way they pray, the way they carry humility, the way they don't compete with your calling, but honor it. Their presence will make you feel safe, seen, and spiritually awakened. According to the writings of the Gospel of John, chapter 10, verse 27, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. This means that just as you recognize God's voice, you will recognize what carries His presence. When your partner comes from heaven, the same voice that once comforted you in solitude will now echo through their words. Their spirit will carry familiarity, not because you've met before, but because you've both heard the same shepherd. Recognition requires clarity. That's why heaven had to clear the noise from your life first. The wrong connections had to leave so your spiritual hearing could sharpen. God could not let you confuse the voice of comfort with the voice of calling. You had to learn the difference. So, when this divine meeting happens, you won't panic or overthink. You'll know it's not about timing, it's about alignment. You'll feel it deep within. That undeniable sense of, I've been here before. That's the echo of destiny. Heaven will confirm it not through drama, but through peace. And as this season unfolds, stay grounded, guard your heart, not with fear, but with wisdom. Don't let loneliness rush you. Don't let impatience blind you. The one heaven sends will not need convincing, they'll carry conviction. Their love will not drain your spirit, it will draw you closer to God. Every chosen one must learn to recognize the divine by its fruit. What comes from God will bear peace, honor, and consistency. It will not manipulate, demand, or diminish you. The counterfeit promises pleasure, the divine promises partnership. You were not created for temporary affection, you were created for covenant. So, stay watchful, not anxious, expectant, not desperate. Heaven is already arranging the meeting. When it happens, you'll know. You won't need signs written in the sky. Your spirit will say, this is what I prayed for. And if your heart feels that gentle confirmation right now, if something inside you says, I understand this, then let heaven see your agreement. Comment the prophetic number 555 below as your declaration of grace, alignment, and discernment. That number symbolizes divine preparation, meeting divine revelation. It's a sign that you are no longer searching in confusion, but walking in clarity. Type it as an act of faith, not superstition, as a way of saying, I recognize the hand of God at work in my story, because the same God who whispered your name in solitude is now aligning footsteps to meet you in destiny. You are not waiting anymore, you are discerning. You are not hoping blindly, you are hearing clearly. And soon, what your spirit already knows will appear before your eyes. When you comment 555, You are declaring that your heart is open, your discernment is sharp, and your spirit is ready to recognize heaven's chosen connection. This is not ritual, it's revelation. By typing 555, you're agreeing with divine timing, aligning your steps with heaven's design, and saying, I am ready for what's mine. Before heaven releases divine union, there comes a sacred process. Few understand the season of deep inner healing. It is not punishment, it is purification. You cannot carry the weight of new love with the wounds of old pain. The very promise God made to you requires a healed vessel to hold it. In this sacred space, you begin to see how much your heart has carried broken promises, memories that still echo, words that still sting. Heaven is not ignoring your ache, it is touching it gently, layer by layer, until the pain no longer defines you. Healing is not forgetting, it is remembering without bleeding. You might wonder why the process has taken so long. The answer is mercy. Heaven knows that if the blessing arrives too early, the wounds will distort it. True love cannot bloom in soil still poisoned by the past. That is why God has been walking you through seasons of silence, isolation, and reflection. Each season peeled away another layer of pain, revealing the truth beneath the scars. You were never broken, you were being rebuilt. In this time, heaven teaches you that your worth was never tied to who left or what failed. The relationships that ended did not reduce your value, they revealed your depth. Every disappointment became a teacher. Every goodbye became an introduction to your true self. The loneliness that once frightened you has now become sacred. It is where you learn to love your own soul. Healing begins when you stop asking why it happened and start asking what it taught you. The truth is, nothing was wasted. Even betrayal had purpose. Even rejection redirected you. The people who walked away were part of your pruning. Their absence created space for your wholeness. You were not being abandoned, you were being repositioned. Heaven never heals halfway. You are not meant to return to fragments of the old you. You are stepping into a season where your joy will not depend on circumstance, but on peace. The kind of peace that comes when you finally stop trying to fix what God already replaced. Sometimes healing feels lonely, but it's holy loneliness. God isolates the chosen ones not to punish them, but to cleanse them of noise, distraction, and dependence. In the silence, you learn to hear the still, small voice that says, "You are enough," even when no one sees you. That voice becomes the foundation of your identity. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 17. "For I will restore health to you and heal you of your wounds, says the Lord." This is heaven's promise to you. Restoration is not just recovery, it is renewal. God does not heal you back to who you were. He heals you into who you were meant to be. The parts of you that once felt too broken to love will soon be the parts that love most deeply. You are learning that forgiveness is not weakness. It's strength disguised as surrender. Forgiving those who hurt you does not excuse their actions, it releases your heart from their control. When you forgive, you reclaim your energy, your peace, your clarity. You make space for what is new. The healing process may have been slow, but every quiet night, every tear, every whispered prayer has been working toward one purpose: to prepare you for love that won't repeat your pain. You are not the same soul who once begged for validation. You are the healed one who now attracts peace, not chaos. Heaven has been preparing your heart to give love without fear and to receive love without doubt. That means learning to trust again, not because people are perfect, but because God's plan is. The partner coming your way will not trigger your insecurities. They will speak to your healed heart with gentleness and patience. You will recognize them not by perfection, but by presence. Their love will not rush you, it will honor your pace. It will feel like breathing again after holding your breath for years. It will not demand proof, it will offer partnership. Healing is the unseen miracle that makes divine love possible. You are being refined, not rejected. Every scar on your heart is becoming a doorway for heaven's glory to shine through. You may still feel the ache sometimes, but that ache is proof you're alive and still capable of love. Soon, when your divine partner appears, you'll realize why this healing had to come first. Two whole hearts create harmony. Two broken hearts create chaos. God loves you too much to let you repeat cycles that once drained your soul. That's why He's healing you in private to bless you in public. So, rest in this process. Let the tears fall if they must. Heaven is mending what you thought was beyond repair. You are not being delayed, you are being designed. Every healed piece of your heart is a testament that divine restoration is real. And when the time comes, you will love again, not from emptiness, but from overflow. Before every divine union, there comes one final test, a moment where faith and fear collide. It's not meant to destroy you, it's meant to prove what's been built within you. The testing of faith is not punishment, it is confirmation. Heaven tests what it intends to trust. You may feel like everything is being shaken again. Promises that once felt secure now seem uncertain. The peace you gained feels challenged by sudden storms. But don't mistake this tension for abandonment. It is the final refining, the last purification before fulfillment. God allows this moment not to break you, but to prove that your foundation can withstand the weight of what's coming. There is a silence before revelation and a storm before peace. When you feel everything rising against you, doubt, fear, confusion, that's the sign that breakthrough is near. Darkness always resists the dawn because it knows light is coming. Every chosen one experiences this final wave before stepping into promise. It might not come in dramatic ways. It might simply look like discouragement, a misunderstanding, or an unexpected delay. But heaven's instruction remains: stand still. Don't react. Don't retreat. Don't rush. The test of faith is not about fighting harder, it's about trusting deeper. You have already survived battles that should have ended you. This test is smaller than what you've conquered before, but it feels heavier because it's closer to your promise. The enemy knows he cannot stop what God has ordained, but he tries to shake your belief in it. He knows if you doubt it, you delay it. But if you remain firm, the manifestation becomes unstoppable. Remember how far you've come. Every moment of waiting, every tear of surrender, every time you chose prayer instead of panic, those moments built spiritual muscle. The very strength you have now was born in silence. That is why the storm cannot defeat you. It only reveals how stable you've become. Heaven is testing your faith not because it questions your worth, but because it wants to reveal your readiness. Before you step into divine partnership, your faith must be anchored, your emotions must be settled, and your trust in God must be unshakable. The union you're being prepared for will require both hearts to stand strong, not sway under pressure. Faith is not proven in comfort, but in contradiction. When everything around you seems opposite to what you've been promised, that's when faith speaks loudest. It doesn't say, "I see it." It says, "I still believe it." Heaven smiles upon that kind of faith because it mirrors divine endurance. In the writings of the Apostle James, chapter 1, verse 12, we read, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because, having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him." That crown is not only a heavenly reward, it's also symbolic of authority on earth. When you pass your test, you gain spiritual authority over the area that once caused you pain. You no longer react from fear, you respond from wisdom. You become stable, grounded, and ready for covenant-level love. Do not be discouraged if you feel the pressure increasing. It's only heaven confirming that something is about to shift. What you perceive as resistance is often just the sound of spiritual doors unlocking. The testing season always feels like loss before it reveals gain. Sometimes, God will allow distractions to return, not to tempt you, but to show you how much you've grown. The same kind of voice that once deceived you no longer holds power. The same kind of pain that once broke you no longer defines you. That's evidence that the test is already being passed. When the winds rise, do not panic. The waves that try to drown you are the same ones carrying you to your next shore. You are not being buried, you are being transported. The pressure you feel is not a sign of defeat, it's the force that lifts you into purpose. Your faith is being tested in the area where your promise lives. The bigger the calling, the deeper the testing, but the greater the test, the louder the testimony. You're not at the end, you're at the edge of divine manifestation. So, breathe. You are not losing ground, you're gaining spiritual strength. Heaven is proving that your foundation is firm enough to sustain the love story it's about to deliver. What comes next will not require striving, only stability. You've waited, you've endured, and now you've been proven. The fire didn't destroy you, it refined you. And when you emerge from this test, you won't just receive your promise, you'll carry authority over it. You are stepping out of the fire, not fragile, but forged. Every spark that once burned you now shines from you as proof that endurance births radiance. Heaven watched you stand when others fell. The storm bowed to your persistence. And now divine timing bows to your readiness. What's approaching isn't punishment, it's the promised fulfillment. In the unseen realm, movement has begun. Angels are not distant, they are active, arranging every detail necessary for your destiny to unfold. What felt delayed is now in motion. The divine command has been released. Bring them together. You may sense this shift without knowing how to explain it. Small coincidences start to appear, timing aligning. Opportunities opening. Peace settling over your heart for no logical reason. This is heaven's orchestration at work. The invisible hands of God are weaving together what was once separate. Nothing in your story is random. The paths that once seemed to wander are being redirected with precision. The angels assigned to your life are already in position, coordinating divine encounters, clearing confusion, and ensuring that both you and your promised partner arrive at the same moment in readiness. There are unseen messengers carrying your name before heaven's throne. Every prayer you whispered in faith has become an instruction in their hands. They move where you cannot, open doors you don't yet see, and prepare hearts long before your arrival. You are not waiting alone. You are being represented in heaven's court by grace. Sometimes, you might sense an unusual stillness, a pause before movement. That is the sound of angels aligning circumstances. Heaven works with holy precision. It does not rush but never delays. Each piece of your story is being placed exactly where it needs to be. It's easy to forget this when you can't see it. You may look around and think nothing is changing. But remember, heaven's activity often begins beneath the surface. Like roots spreading before a tree bursts through the soil. The miracle grows quietly before it appears visibly. Heaven has assigned warriors to fight unseen battles on your behalf. There are things you will never have to face because angels have already handled them. You may never know the dangers avoided, the tears intercepted, or the opportunities preserved because divine protection went ahead of you. As the ancient words in the book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 11 declare, "For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." This verse is not poetic imagination, it's eternal promise. There is divine surveillance surrounding you, ensuring that every step you take is protected by heaven's authority. You walk in unseen security because you are marked by purpose. Even when you felt forgotten, angels were active. Even when you thought you were standing still, heaven was preparing motion. You were never behind schedule. You were being synchronized with divine time. Every setback was a setup for alignment. You may not hear the wings, but you'll feel the effects, the sudden peace after confusion, the favor that finds you unexpectedly, the conversation that seems too timely to be random. That's how heaven communicates quietly, intentionally, perfectly, and soon the orchestration will manifest visibly. The person destined to walk beside you will appear, not by accident, but by divine order. You will realize that heaven didn't just send love, it sent purpose wearing human form. So walk with awareness. Speak with gratitude. Expect alignment. Even now, angels are adjusting timing, preparing introductions, and ensuring that nothing divinely yours can be stolen, delayed, or denied. Heaven is not working on your timeline. Your timeline is being adjusted to heaven's rhythm. When divine orchestration reaches its completion, there will be no doubt, no confusion, no striving. It will happen naturally because heaven's hand is unmistakable. You'll look back and see how perfectly everything was arranged, the lessons, the pauses, the prayers, all leading to one appointed moment. This is the time to stand in quiet confidence. You don't need to chase or control. The same God who commands the stars to move in order is commanding your steps toward destiny. The same angels that guided prophets now walk beside you. So breathe, trust. Let your heart settle in the truth that everything unseen is moving on your behalf. You don't need to see the wings to know they're near. The atmosphere around you already carries the hum of divine activity. If this word resonates deep within you, and you feel that sacred assurance that heaven is working right now, comment, "Angels move below." When you write those words, you're not demanding, you're agreeing. You're saying, "I trust what I cannot see. I believe heaven is aligning my story." Because truly, even now, the messengers of light are in motion, carrying the promise that has your name written on it. When you comment, "Angels move," you are not speaking to empty air. You are agreeing with heaven's motion. You are declaring that what was invisible is now actively unfolding for your good. Those two words carry faith. They release divine cooperation and remind your spirit that you are not waiting in vain. Every obstacle you cannot move yourself is being lifted by unseen hands. Heaven hears agreement, not anxiety. So, as you type, angels move. Do it as an act of surrender and trust. Let it mean, I release control. I trust heaven's timing. I know my help is already here. There is a sacred moment that heaven arranges for every chosen one, the moment when everything that once opposed you begins to fall away, and every delay turns into direction. You have reached that threshold now. The walls that once blocked your promise are beginning to crumble. Every unseen obstacle between you and your divine union is being removed. Quietly, precisely, permanently. This is what it looks like when heaven clears the path. Doors you once knocked on with weary hands begin to open effortlessly. Conversations that were delayed suddenly resume. People who were distractions gently fade from your life. It's not rejection, it's rearrangement. Heaven is sweeping the ground clean for something holy to stand upon it. In the spiritual realm, every promise must first be contended for. You have fought in prayer, stood in silence, and waited with patience. Now, heaven's decree has been released, no more hindrance. Every invisible chain that once tied your heart to confusion or past pain is breaking. You are being set free, not only from people, but from patterns. The cycles that kept repeating are being rewritten in divine ink. You may feel a lightness within you, a clarity that wasn't there before. That's deliverance. Heaven is decluttering your atmosphere so that peace can finally rest there. The noise is being silenced, not by your effort, but by divine authority. Every false attachment that once drained your energy is losing its grip because truth has entered. As the ancient words recorded in the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 2, proclaim, I will go before you and make the crooked places straight. I will break in pieces the gates of bronze and cut the bars of iron. This is not just poetic, it is prophetic. Heaven has gone before you to straighten every path. What seemed twisted is aligning. What felt impossible is being made simple. You are walking into a season where divine order replaces human struggle. And as this transformation unfolds, let this message sink into your heart. You are part of something bigger than your own story. Each time you listen, each time you allow these words to reach your soul, you become a vessel carrying light to others. There are people who will rediscover hope through your faith. That's why what we build here matters. It's not just a message, it's a movement of restoration. Every time you like this message, you fan a spark that helps another heart. Remember, it's not too late. A simple click may feel small, but in heaven's hands, it becomes a flame of encouragement that travels farther than you can imagine. When you share, it's as if you open a window for someone else to feel sunlight again. You may never know whose tears will dry because your share carried the right word at the right moment. That's how divine timing works. It uses ordinary acts to create extraordinary miracles. When you subscribe, you're not just staying connected, you're joining a stream of living water. Each message is a ripple flowing from the same river of grace. And by staying near, you let the current carry you deeper into understanding and peace. And if your heart feels stirred to donate, think of it not as giving away, but as planting into eternity. Imagine this message as a garden. Every donation becomes a seed. Some grow into shade for weary souls. Others bloom into truth that transforms lives. You're not buying a blessing, you're nurturing a field where hope grows. There is no pressure here, only invitation. You are never required, only welcomed. Giving is not about meeting a demand, it's about answering a divine nudge that whispers, "Let your kindness echo." The smallest seed still holds the power to start a forest. Your generosity is the quiet wind that keeps this flame alive. It becomes the unseen bridge between this message and the next soul who needs it most. Together, we become gardeners of light, sowing hope across continents. One word, one act, one seed at a time. The beauty of divine giving is that it never leaves you empty. Heaven always returns what you release multiplied, purified, and blessed. Every act of kindness, every click, every prayer is being recorded as evidence of your faith in action. You are not just hearing words, you are part of heaven's rhythm, helping light find its way into broken places. This is how divine love spreads, not by demand, but by desire. You choose to participate, and in that choice, you mirror God's heart. So, as heaven continues to break every barrier from your path, take a moment to breathe gratitude. You are walking through gates once locked, stepping into a destiny once delayed. The same power that parted seas is now parting every obstacle before you. Freedom has come. Alignment is here. And your obedience, your faith, your generosity, these are the wings that keep this message flying toward those still waiting in the dark. Every act of faith, every like, share, seed, or silent prayer becomes a thread of light heaven weaves into another's miracle. Together, we're building bridges of hope across unseen worlds. When heaven's appointed time arrives, nothing can stand in its way. The divine encounter you've been prepared for is not a coincidence waiting to happen, it's a destiny unfolding by design. What once seemed far is drawing near, and the currents of purpose are steering two souls toward one divine meeting. You will not have to chase it, orchestrate it, or manipulate it. Divine encounters never demand performance. They arrive clothed in peace. One ordinary day, under ordinary circumstances, something extraordinary will occur. A conversation, a glance, a moment that seems simple but carries the weight of eternity. You will feel heaven pause. The atmosphere around you will shift quietly, and your spirit will recognize what your eyes are only beginning to see. Heaven has been preparing both of you for this convergence. You were being shaped in silence, while they were being refined in their own wilderness. The same lessons that softened your heart have humbled theirs. The same God who carried you through disappointment carried them through transformation. And now, the divine clock strikes alignment. When your paths cross, it won't feel forced. There will be no confusion, no exhaustion, no endless waiting for clarity. It will feel as though you have walked into a chapter that was already written. Heaven's stories always read that way, predestined, peaceful, and powerful. Sometimes, you'll notice familiar signs around that meeting. The conversation will carry a rare peace. Words will seem to flow naturally, yet each one will carry weight. You will see confirmation not through lightning or spectacle, but through stillness. The way their presence calms your soul will speak louder than 1,000 signs. And as this encounter unfolds, time itself may seem to slow down. Heaven often bends time when divine purpose enters the room. Minutes will feel like moments, and yet you'll remember every detail as though your heart recorded it. The sound of their voice, the look in their eyes, it will feel like recognition, not discovery. You may question, could it really be them? But deep down, you'll know. The knowing won't be emotional, it will be spiritual. It will come with the same peace you feel when you've heard God's voice before. Peace is the language of heaven, it never lies. According to the writings in the book of Ruth, chapter 2, verse 12. May the Lord repay you for what you have done. May you be richly rewarded by the Lord, the God of Israel, under whose wings you have come to take refuge. This verse captures what happens in divine encounters. They are heaven's way of rewarding faithfulness. Ruth didn't chase her destiny, she simply walked in obedience, and destiny found her. In the same way, your obedience has guided you into position. You didn't lose time, you were being positioned for restoration. When God brings divine connection, it will never feel like striving. It will feel like safety. You won't need to over-explain yourself or hide parts of who you are. The person meant for you will see you through heaven's lens, complete, not convenient. You'll be seen not as someone to fix, but as someone to build with. Everything that once felt heavy about love will feel light again. You'll laugh easily. You'll rest deeply. You'll find joy in the simplicity of companionship without losing the sacredness of calling. It will feel like coming home after years of wandering. This moment will also reveal the depth of your own transformation. You'll notice how calm you've become, how your heart no longer rushes to label or control. The healed version of you won't crave validation. You'll crave peace, and because of that, you'll recognize the divine when it arrives. You will also see how everything that once broke you made this moment possible. Every heartbreak prepared you to value what's real. Every rejection cleared the way for the right acceptance. Every tear watered the soil where this blessing now blooms. The divine encounter is more than meeting someone. It's meeting fulfillment. It's heaven saying, this is what the waiting was for. You will not need to force love. You will flow in it. It won't steal your focus. It will strengthen your purpose. The person meant for you won't distract you from God. They'll lead you closer to Him. And in that moment, you'll understand why it had to happen this way, why certain doors closed, why certain seasons ended, why you had to heal before love could enter. It will all make sense when the divine meets the divine within you. The day will come when your story shifts from preparation to manifestation, from faith to fulfillment. And when it does, you won't need to announce it. The peace radiating from you will say everything. You'll walk in grace, and heaven's favor will follow every step. The encounter will not just bless you, it will bless others through you. Two chosen ones united in purpose become a living testimony that divine timing is real, and heaven's promises never fail. When divine connection is born, it carries a sacred language, peace, recognition, and the sense that heaven itself just nodded. The moment you encounter it, something in you quiets. Your heart doesn't race in anxiety, it steadies. The noise of doubt that once filled your mind begins to fade. That is how you'll know it's not emotional chaos. It's spiritual clarity. This kind of chemistry cannot be explained by logic. It's not sparks or fleeting passion, it's soul familiarity. You'll feel as though you've known this person forever because your spirits have met before in prayer, in waiting, in the blueprint of heaven. Your souls will speak a language the world can't translate. And yet, you'll both understand it perfectly. When you are around them, you'll notice something profound. You can breathe again. There's no pretense, no pressure, no pretending to be more or less than you are. Divine chemistry is not about performance, it's about peace. It's not about what looks good, it's about what feels ordained. The beauty of divine connection is that it grows quietly. It doesn't explode into your life, it settles into it. You'll feel rest, not rush. The conversations will flow with ease. You'll sense alignment rather than anxiety. That calmness is heaven's confirmation this is safe. This is pure. This is real. The wrong ones will demand attention. The right one will inspire peace. The wrong ones pull you out of alignment. The divine one draws you deeper into purpose. Their presence will feel like prayer answered, not temptation returned. They will not distract you from God. They will echo His voice. As the Apostle Paul reminds us in his letter to the Colossians, chapter 3, verse 14, "And over all these virtues put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity." This verse captures the essence of divine chemistry. It's not an emotion that fades, it's a force that unites. True love binds, not binds up. It aligns. It strengthens. It flows from grace rather than grasping for control. When you stand beside your heaven-sent partner, it will feel like two rivers finally meeting after miles of separate flow. You'll sense motion and calm all at once. There will be deep understanding without many words. Because divine union doesn't need constant explanation, it carries built-in peace. You will know, because the fruit will prove the root. Peace will increase. Clarity will multiply. Distractions will disappear. You'll feel inspired to pray more, dream more, build more. Together, you'll amplify each other's light rather than compete for it. And this time, love will not hurt, it will heal. It will not make you question who you are. It will remind you of who God says you are. The person meant for you will never ask you to shrink. They will celebrate the fullness of your calling. Their love will reflect heaven's patience and heaven's timing. Your relationship will not revolve around fear of losing them, but gratitude for finding them. You'll realize that love was never meant to be a battlefield. It was meant to be a sanctuary. Together, you'll build a space where trust lives, where communication is gentle, where growth is mutual. Divine chemistry feels like rest after years of running. It is not ordinary, it is ordered. Heaven doesn't rush love, it roots it. It's not fragile, it's fortified by purpose. If you sense this message stirring something inside your spirit, that quiet voice saying, "I feel this alignment coming," then let heaven see your agreement. Comment the prophetic number 444 below. That number symbolizes foundation stability, faithfulness, divine order. It represents the pillars of love heaven builds on: peace, purpose, patience, and prayer. When you comment 444, you're not calling down magic, you're declaring readiness. You're saying, "My heart is stable, my faith is firm, my spirit is in order." This is your sign that heaven has completed the groundwork. The foundation has been laid, the chemistry has been confirmed. You no longer have to chase what's coming, you only need to align with it. The connection you've waited for is on its way, carried by divine order and sealed in peace. When you comment 444, you are doing more than typing a number, You are acknowledging that your heart, mind, and spirit have entered divine alignment. You are saying, I am standing on the foundation God built for me. This act of faith is a signal to heaven that you are ready to receive what has already been written in eternity. Each 444 represents order in motion, your emotions calming, your thoughts clearing, your path straightening. It's heaven's reminder that love built on divine structure cannot collapse. You are not waiting for chaos, you are welcoming stability. The number itself becomes a silent prayer, whispering, let my love story be built on peace, not panic, on purpose, not pressure. So, as you type 444, let it come from peace, not desperation. Let it be your way of saying, I trust the process. I trust divine order. I trust that what's mine will find me. That is the language of faith heaven understands. There comes a holy moment when love stops being just a promise and becomes a covenant. It is the instant heaven leans close, sealing what it has orchestrated. When divine love matures into divine commitment, it is no longer about emotion, it becomes an assignment. The covenant moment is sacred because it joins not just two hearts, but two callings. Heaven's intention for union has never been merely companionship. It is partnership with purpose. When God joins two chosen ones, He does so with generational impact in mind. Your connection is designed to echo beyond romance. It's meant to heal families, birth missions, and anchor faith in the world around you. The covenant between two souls becomes a reflection of God's covenant with humanity, steadfast, enduring, and rooted in grace. In this moment of covenant, heaven witnesses your yes, not the yes of excitement, but the yes of surrender. Covenant is not built on perfection, it's built on willingness. It is not the absence of storms, it is the presence of shared faith strong enough to endure them. The one heaven sends will not only say, I love you, they will say, I choose you. And that choice will echo daily, even in silence, even in struggle. Real love isn't found in grand gestures, it's proven in consistency. It's choosing each other when emotions fluctuate. Trusting the divine foundation that was laid long before feelings ever arrived. Heavenly love grows through prayer, not pressure. It thrives where both souls understand that God remains the center. When challenges arise, you won't fight against each other, you'll fight for each other. That is the language of covenant, not competition, but collaboration. The covenant teaches you that love is not about winning an argument, it's about winning together against division. As it was revealed through the prophet Malachi, chapter 2, verse 15, has not the one God made you? You belong to Him in body and spirit. And what does the one God seek? Godly offspring. So be on your guard, and do not be unfaithful to the wife of your youth. This ancient word captures heaven's view of covenant. It is about creation and continuity. God does not unite two souls merely for pleasure, but for purpose. The union you are stepping into carries divine weight. It's not only for your joy, but for the generations that will follow. Through covenant, you begin to see that love is not a possession, it's a stewardship. You are entrusted with a soul, not entitled to it. To love divinely is to protect gently, speak truthfully, and forgive quickly. Every disagreement becomes an opportunity to demonstrate grace. Every misunderstanding becomes a moment to prove patience. The covenant moment is not a single event, it's a continual agreement. Each day, you will choose to water what heaven planted. You'll pray together, dream together, build together. There will be quiet mornings where words aren't needed, just shared peace. There will be difficult days too, but even those will refine your bond rather than break it. Because divine love, when rooted in covenant, bends but does not break. And through it all, you will realize something. Sacred love was never about perfection. It was always about persistence. The miracle is not that you found each other, it's that you both kept faith alive long enough for heaven to unite your paths. Covenant love requires endurance, humility, and grace, the three strands that hold it together like an unbreakable cord. As you walk into this season, you will begin to notice a deeper kind of joy, one that doesn't depend on circumstances. It's the joy that comes from unity. When two hearts beat with the same rhythm of faith, they create a harmony the world can't imitate. That's why the enemy fears covenant couples, because their unity amplifies heaven's authority on earth. The beauty of covenant love is that it doesn't end where romance fades, it transforms into legacy. It becomes the quiet faith your children will inherit, the wisdom your community will feel, the testimony your life will carry. You are not just being blessed with love, you are becoming a vessel through which love blesses others. This moment is sacred. Heaven smiles when two souls walk in unity, not because they are flawless, but because they are faithful. You are stepping into the kind of relationship that doesn't need constant validation. It radiates peace by existing. Covenant love doesn't need attention to prove itself. Its fruit is visible in how it nurtures and uplifts. You have reached the point where love is no longer fragile, it's fortified. Every lesson you learned, every tear you shed, every prayer you whispered led to this. Covenant is not a destination, it's a beginning, a holy partnership designed to mirror heaven's heart. So walk in it gently, gratefully, and courageously. Let this love story be your altar of gratitude, your reminder that heaven always keeps its promises when faith endures. This covenant will become your living testimony, proof that patience births promise and that two healed hearts can reflect heaven's glory. Together, you'll not just love, you'll illuminate every space you enter. There is a sacred mystery hidden within divine partnership. It multiplies more than affection, it multiplies purpose. When two souls bound by heaven walk together, they carry a mantle that neither could bear alone. This mantle is not heavy, it is holy. It rests upon you not as a burden, but as a crown, a sign that heaven has entrusted you with greater influence and deeper responsibility. From the beginning of creation, unity has always been heaven's greatest weapon against darkness. When two chosen ones stand as one, their combined faith becomes a fortress. Their agreement creates power that shifts atmospheres, breaks chains, and opens doors. The mantle of two is not about dominance, it's about divine cooperation. It's the merging of two flames that together become a blazing fire capable of lighting nations. You are entering a season where the strength of your union will not just sustain you, it will sustain others. People will look at your peace and find hope. They will hear your laughter and feel healing. Your presence together will carry something weighty yet gentle, an anointing of unity that draws hearts toward God. When heaven joins two chosen ones, it doesn't just bless them, it commissions them. Your relationship becomes an altar of service, not a stage for validation. Every act of love between you becomes a prayer. Every challenge overcome becomes a prophecy fulfilled. You will begin to realize that your love story is not separate from your purpose. It is your purpose expressed through partnership. As the scriptures recount in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verse 12, though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. This verse is more than wisdom, it's a framework for divine collaboration. You and your partner form 2 of those strands. But the 3rd strand is the Spirit of God woven through your union. That presence makes your connection unbreakable. It transforms your love from mere affection into spiritual authority. The mantle you now carry is a shared calling. It will require prayer, patience, and humility. At times, you'll be called to lead. At other times, to listen. Heaven will teach you the rhythm of grace, how to move in unity without losing individuality, how to speak as one without silencing either voice. True partnership is a symphony, not a solo. Every note matters. There will be moments when the world misunderstands your journey. Not everyone will comprehend the depth of a heaven-ordained bond, but you will know your truth by its fruit, by the peace that never fades and the growth that never stops. Your relationship will not depend on public approval. It will thrive on private prayer. This mantle will also attract spiritual resistance. For anything pure draws opposition. Yet you need not fear. What is born from heaven cannot be destroyed by hell. The same angels who ushered you together will guard you continually. The same hand that wrote your story will defend it. You'll find that together, your prayers carry more authority. The words you release in unity will move mountains that once refused to shift. When one grows weary, the other's faith will rise as a shield. When one rejoices, the other's gratitude will amplify it. That is the beauty of divine partnership. It turns every weakness into shared strength. Your journey will teach others that love is not limited to emotion, but anchored in purpose. You will show that 2 people can walk in holiness without losing humanity, can disagree without division, can serve without seeking control. Your connection will become a quiet revolution against the culture of chaos, proving that peace is possible when God remains the center. As your union matures, heaven will begin to expand your territory. Together, you will inspire others through your kindness, your integrity, your example of faithfulness. Some will find healing in your words, others will find hope in your presence. You will not even have to speak loudly. Your harmony will preach louder than any sermon. The mantle of 2 is also a mirror. It reflects who you both are and what heaven has called you to become. You will grow through each other, sharpen each other, and remind one another that grace always outweighs offense. The power of forgiveness, humility, and daily prayer will keep your love luminous. In quiet moments, when the world fades and only the 2 of you remain, you will sense that invisible 3rd strand, the Spirit still weaving, still strengthening, still breathing life into your bond. That presence will remind you that this love is sacred, not seasonal, eternal, not fleeting. You are not simply partners, you are pillars. Heaven will build through you, not just for you. And as you carry this mantle, remember, it is not a weight to bear alone, but a light to share together. Your unity will become a torch for those still lost in shadow, guiding them toward the same divine light that brought you here. There comes a time when the light you carry no longer belongs to you alone. Heaven kindles it in your spirit, but its glow is meant to reach others. What you've learned through the storms, faith, patience, and quiet endurance is now becoming illumination for someone still walking through the rain. You have become a living lantern, proof that waiting can turn into wonder. In every divine partnership, God weaves a story that does not end in the couple, it extends outward, shaping the world around them. Your love becomes a message, your unity a melody that drifts through the air, inviting others to believe again. The harmony between two chosen ones is heaven's way of saying, "See, faith was worth it." As you stand beneath heaven's gaze, you realize something profound. What you carry must be shared. The light you nurture will lose its brilliance if kept hidden. When you release what God has given you, encouragement, wisdom, testimony, you multiply it. Love, when hoarded, fades. When shared, it flourishes. This is why even small acts of faith have immeasurable impact. Each word you speak, every prayer you whisper, every gesture of kindness becomes a candle set in another person's night. The true measure of divine love is not how bright it burns for you, but how many others it ignites through you. As the Apostle wrote in the second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 9, verse 7, each one must give as he has decided in his heart, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. This verse is not just about money, it is about motion. Heaven rejoices when hearts move freely, when generosity flows like water, when kindness travels like wind. Giving, in all its forms, becomes a sacred act of participation in the divine story. When you like a message like this, it's not an algorithmic gesture, it's a candle lit in a window. Somewhere, someone searching through darkness might see that tiny flame and know they're not alone. Each click becomes a spark in another soul's night. When you share, you become a messenger without wings. Think of your share as a paper boat carrying hope across an unseen river. You may never know where it lands, but heaven does. It might drift right into the hands of someone praying for a sign, reminding them that their story is not over. To comment is to add your voice to a symphony of faith. Each word left below becomes an echo of belief, a way of saying, I am here too. I am standing in faith beside you. It's not about visibility, it's about agreement. Your simple words may be the anchor that steadies another heart tonight. When you subscribe, you step into the rhythm of divine consistency. You choose to stay connected to a stream of messages designed not to entertain, but to awaken. Every notification becomes a whisper reminding you that heaven still speaks. It's a gentle commitment, staying close to the current, that keeps your heart soft and your spirit alive. And if your heart feels stirred to donate, let it be a love letter to light itself. Giving here is not transaction, it's transformation. Imagine placing a single drop of oil into a lamp. That one drop might be the reason the light burns a little longer, reaching someone still walking through their night. Your generosity becomes invisible architecture, holding up messages, moments, and miracles you may never see, but heaven always measures. There's no pressure, no demand. True giving is never coerced. It's the poetry of gratitude written with open hands. You don't give to earn, you give to express. To say, I've been touched, and I want this light to keep shining. Every seed you sow, whether a click, a share, a word, or a gift, travels farther than sight can follow. It becomes a whisper in someone's storm, a spark in their wilderness, a soft reminder that hope is still alive. That's how light moves quietly, willingly, beautifully. We are all keepers of light. Some hold lamps, others carry matches, but together we guard the flame that pushes back the dark. And every time you respond from the heart, whether through words, through faith, or through giving you help the dawn arrive a little sooner for someone else, your life is now part of this divine tapestry. The light you carry intertwines with the light of others, forming constellations across the human soul. Each act, each echo, each gift becomes a star heaven uses to map its love across the earth. You are not just a listener, you are a lantern bearer. And this is how chosen ones change the world, not through force, but through the quiet choice to let their love keep burning. Every act of sharing light widens heaven's horizon. What begins as one spark in your hands becomes 1,000 candles flickering in the hearts of those still searching. Let this be your legacy, not wealth or recognition, but warmth. The glow of faith you keep alive will guide countless souls safely home through tomorrow's night. When heaven joins two souls in divine unity, something sacred unfolds beyond human comprehension. It is more than affection or companionship, it is the creation of one spiritual body. Two hearts moving to a single rhythm ordained before time began. Living as one flesh is not about sameness, it is about sacred harmony. It is learning how to breathe together, build together, and worship together. In this union, individuality is not erased, it is refined. You remain two distinct reflections of divine design. Yet together you display a clearer image of God's heart. Heaven did not create oneness to diminish identity, but to magnify purpose. Just as different instruments produce one symphony, two souls become one melody when tuned by grace. Living as one flesh requires intention. It means choosing unity over pride, humility over being right, patience over quick anger. It is no longer my way or your way, but God's way. When disagreements arise, you learn to pause before you speak and to pray before you react. The strength of divine union lies not in never arguing, but in never letting ego win. This unity becomes a sanctuary, a living altar where God's presence dwells daily. In your home, peace is not an atmosphere, it's a person. You'll sense heaven's nearness when laughter fills your rooms, when forgiveness follows tears, and when prayer ends every conversation. The presence of God will no longer visit occasionally, it will abide continually. Every moment together becomes worship. Cooking a meal, speaking gently, listening fully, these simple acts turn into sacred rituals when done in love. Heaven's definition of holiness has never been limited to temples and songs. It lives in daily faithfulness. You honor God not only with prayers, but with kindness, patience, and the way you protect each other's hearts. As Scripture teaches in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 6, so they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate. This verse is both promise and protection. Heaven's hand has written your bond, and no earthly interference can erase it. The same voice that spoke galaxies into existence has spoken over your relationship. You are not just together by choice, you are bound by calling. In this sacred togetherness, your love will mature into something quiet but powerful. There will be days of laughter that feel like sunlight, and days of silence that teach endurance. Some mornings will bring clarity, others will demand compassion. But through it all, you will learn that divine love is not measured by excitement, but by consistency. Your union will teach others that holiness can look like laughter, forgiveness, and everyday tenderness. It will remind the world that divine love is lived, not performed. Together, you'll walk as one heartbeat of faith, two voices speaking peace into chaos, two lives proving that when heaven unites, no power on earth can divide. You will notice how small moments become sacred, the way they pray over you before sleep, the way you reach for their hand during difficulty. These moments are holy because they carry heaven's rhythm. Love, when sustained by faith, becomes a form of prophecy. It speaks to the world without words. God's design still works. As you grow together, you will find that your spiritual connection deepens even more than your emotional bond. You will sense each other's burdens before they're spoken. You'll begin to pray in unison without planning it. That's the beauty of one flesh. Your spirits communicate beyond sound. When one feels weak, the other's faith becomes strength. When one rejoices, the other's joy multiplies. In divine unity, you also learn the art of balance, when to speak and when to be silent, when to hold and when to release. Unity does not mean control, it means cooperation. It's the sacred dance between trust and freedom, rooted in mutual reverence. Living as one flesh also means reflecting heaven outward. People who encounter your union should sense peace even if they don't understand why. Your togetherness will radiate calm to the anxious and hope to the weary. You will become a living example that love anchored in God does not falter, it flourishes. There will be seasons of pruning, times when God refines both of you again, not because something is wrong, but because growth never stops. Each trial will polish your patience and deepen your empathy. With every challenge, your bond will strengthen, not weaken, because divine love becomes purer through endurance. In the quiet moments of gratitude, when you look across the table and see the one heaven chose for you, you'll realize that everything, the waiting, the testing, the tears was worth it. You'll feel the weight of peace, the calm assurance that you are exactly where you're meant to be. Together, you will live not just as two humans in love, but as two spirits carrying heaven's reflection on earth. Your unity will become a living testimony of divine intention, proof that love rooted in grace never fails, and that what God joins together remains eternal. When heaven fulfills its promise, there is a stillness that follows, a quiet peace that feels like exhaling after a lifetime of holding your breath. You no longer wonder when it will happen or how it will come. You simply live in the reality that it has. This is the eternal reward, not just of love found, but of faith proven. The beauty of divine fulfillment is its gentleness. It does not arrive with fireworks or fanfare. It enters softly, like dawn washing away night. You will wake one day and realize the ache that once lived in your chest has turned into gratitude. The waiting, the tears, the prayers whispered through exhaustion, all of it has become holy ground beneath your feet. This is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of the chapter God has been writing since before your first breath. You and your partner are now walking embodiments of grace. Heaven's covenant rests upon you both, not as a chain, but as wings lifting you, guiding you, covering you with purpose. There will be mornings when you wake beside peace itself. you'll look across the room, and instead of remembering pain, you'll remember promise. You'll see evidence of God's faithfulness reflected in the person before you. It won't feel like a dream come true, it will feel like destiny realized. Every chosen one reaches this moment differently. But the destination is the same: rest. Rest in knowing that heaven never forgets. Rest in knowing that every tear was a seed. Rest in knowing that what once broke you has now built you into someone who can carry glory without fear. The eternal reward is not only partnership, it is transformation. Love becomes ministry. Joy becomes testimony. What once was waiting now becomes witnessing. You begin to see how every heartbreak was a stepping stone to holiness. Every delay, a divine appointment. Every silence, an invitation to listen deeper. As the writings of the Apostle Paul in the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 7, remind us, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Those words echo now through your own spirit. You have fought through loneliness, disappointment, and doubt. You have finished the long race of waiting. And most importantly, you have kept your faith intact. The crown you wear now is not made of gold, it is made of peace. Heaven's reward was never just the arrival of love, it was the restoration of you. You are no longer the one who questioned if you were enough. You are no longer the one who mistook rejection for abandonment. You have become the one who understands timing, who values stillness, who trusts the unseen even when sight fails. With your divine partner, you will step into a rhythm that feels eternal. Your laughter will carry healing, your unity will release hope. Together, you will reflect heaven's nature on earth, two souls joined not by luck, but by legacy. The kind of legacy that shifts lineages and blesses generations you will never meet. In your togetherness, others will find proof that divine promises do not expire. People will look at your lives and feel inspired to wait with patience rather than rush in fear. Your love will become a living sermon preached without words, a message written in kindness, humility, and endurance. There will still be challenges, but they will no longer feel like threats. You have learned to weather storms without losing peace. You will now face difficulties not with panic, but with partnership. For what God has joined, no storm can scatter. Your faith has matured into something unshakable, something eternal. Heaven smiles when two chosen ones walk faithfully in unity. Every step you take together resounds in eternity as music notes of obedience, chords of gratitude, harmonies of grace. The angels who once guarded your waiting now rejoice in your walking. And as years pass, you will look back not with regret, but with reverence. You'll trace every moment and see how perfectly heaven's hand guided it all. You'll realize that every unanswered prayer was simply God answering differently, better, higher. This love, this life, this peace, it is your reward. It is the evidence that faith, when kept alive, always finds its way home. You are living proof that divine timing is never late, and that what God joins together, no power can undo. So walk in grace. Live lightly. Speak gently. Let your love remain a sanctuary for all who witness it, because the story heaven wrote through you will continue long after you're gone, echoing in the hearts of those who choose faith over fear, trust over doubt, waiting over rushing, And when your soul finally rests at the end of its journey, heaven will not greet you with applause, but with recognition. The Father will whisper, "You kept the faith. You carried love well." That is the greatest reward, to have lived as proof that divine love is real, and that obedience always ends in glory. This is your forever season, the promise fulfilled, the covenant sealed, heaven's work complete within you. And as you move forward, remember, this is not the finish line. It is the doorway into eternity's embrace, where love never ends and peace never fades. And now, chosen one, as this message draws to a close, pause for a moment and breathe. Let the words you've heard settle deeply into your soul like gentle rain soaking into long, dry soil. You have walked through revelation after revelation, through promises, healing, alignment, and divine fulfillment, and here you are, standing as living proof that heaven never forgets its own. But this story is not meant to end with you. The light that reached you can travel farther, flowing through your hands, your voice, your kindness. When you like this message, it's as if you touch a spark and help it stay alive for someone who still sits in the dark. When you share, you become a silent messenger, a carrier of warmth, letting another weary soul feel the same peace that now rests in you. When you comment, your words ripple outward like stones dropped in calm water. You might write only a few lines, but they can echo through 1,000 unseen hearts. Sometimes a single sentence is the bridge someone else needs to keep believing. When you subscribe, you are choosing to remain near this stream of light, to keep walking with others who listen for heaven's whisper in everyday moments. It's not about following, it's about fellowship, about staying close to the current that keeps faith flowing. And if your heart ever feels stirred to donate, let it be your way of pouring oil into the lamp. Each offering, small or great, becomes a drop of endurance that keeps this flame glowing for every soul still waiting to be reminded hope lives here. There is no obligation, only invitation. You are part of this living circle of light now, a gathering of hearts that believe love still wins, faith still works, and heaven still moves through human hands. Let your presence here be your amen. Let your kindness be your legacy. Let your light keep shining, quietly but endlessly, until every shadow finds its dawn.